I said, Kimmie, it is a business arrangement. This is a business arrangement set up by Carlos King. Y'all see Real Housewives of Atlanta is over there getting their coins with Martell being on the show, and Love and Marriage Huntsville is getting their coins with Sheree being on the show. Now, is people really watching it? I don't know. I ain't looked at the viewer stats or nothing like that. However, did we cross-pollinating these shows to get eyes on the screen? It is definitely a business arrangement set up by Carlos King, and you can't tell me otherwise. But I like it, Carlos King. I ain't mad at you. So anyway. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Brenda Yvonne channel. Of course, I'm your girl, Brenda Yvonne. Here on my channel, we do fun reviews, recaps, and discussions of all of our favorite shows, y'all. Tonight, we are talking Love and Marriage Huntsville. This is season 6, episode 7, My Sheree Amour. One of my favorite Stevie Wonder songs, y'all. Anyway, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, y'all. Y'all like clicking on the video, but then y'all not hitting the thumbs up. I don't know what's up with that, but I appreciate y'all support nonetheless. Also, keep hitting that subscribe button. We are almost at our 300 goal. Very, very close. So let's get to it. Let's get to that 1,000, okay? So we can continue to get it popping over here, y'all. Also, don't forget to comment down below. Let me know what you think of this episode, this season so far, in this review. Also, share the video where you'd like to share your content. Also, shout out to Dawn Beverly, who I believe is Melody's manager. She watched one of my videos and she commented and she liked it, so I really, really appreciated her even seeing my video and commenting on it. So shout out to you, Dawn. Thank you for the support over here. What was I gonna tell y'all? Oh, y'all, I'm gonna be in Houston Memorial Day weekend, so any of my Houston family at the Brenda Yvonne channel, hit me up. You could DM me on Twitter at Brenda Yvonne. Let me know if you are in the Houston area. You want to say hi. I'm not sure how much time I will have, but you know, we'll see, or where all I will be, but we will see. I love Houston. I go to Houston. I've been to Houston probably 5 or 6 times now, but I have a best friend that lives up there, so I love Houston. Anyway, too hot for me to live there though. Let's get into this review because y'all didn't come to hear all that. Y'all came to hear about this mess. Okay, so the episode opens up with Martell going down to the venue for his Upscale magazine launch, revealing his new cover. He meets with the white lady, Maddie, whatever her name was. He takes a tour of the venue. You know, he said he inviting everybody, the whole gang. All of Huntsville gonna show up. It's small. He said he inviting his friend girl, Sheree. I was like, friend girl? What is that? It was like he didn't want to say home girl, because then that was gonna make it sound real bad. But he didn't want to say girlfriend. He could have said my lady friend. Say lady friend, Sheree. But my friend girl, ugh, yeah. Anywho, then he went on to talking, and he said, you know, he dating a celebrity. He on the Upscale magazine, so you know he is really dipping it and doing it in life. Okay. Next scene, we head over to Mel's house. She didn't like the way things went at the tea etiquette party. It didn't go the way she planned, so she invited Miss Nell over, as well as Tiffany and Keke, so they could try to figure out their stuff and settle it. You know, when Tiffany came in, she told her, you know, first of all, you look amazing. You are glowing. Don't she look good, y'all? And, you know, I'm having this lunch over here for y'all. And I just want to let you know, I don't want to ambush you, but I invited Keke over. So, you know, you guys could just try to settle whatever you got going on, okay? So Keke came. And Mel said she made a roast for them. Ooh, something in my eye, y'all. And I gotta get these lashes done. Don't come for me about these lashes. I know. I got an appointment this week. Anyway, what was I gonna say? So Mel said she made some Rotel dip. I had some good old Rotel dip in a minute. I was like, I wish I could have some of that dip. Anyway, Mel said her confessional that, you know, the last time everybody got together, you know, every time Keke and Tiffany seem to get together, they always are having a problem. And, you know, I don't know what's going on between these two and what's between these two and what's going on with these two. But every time they seem to get together, it's like, and we can't be having that every time we get together. So I need them to figure this thing out, okay? So, at the table, she said, the tea party, she asked them, did they like the tea party? They said they did. She's like, well, you guys got into something at the tea party. I think we need to talk about it. And so she brings up the whole thing. Keke said, let me just apologize right here, Tiffany, because, that is out of character for me. That is not how I usually am. I can't do Keke's voice good yet. I'm not good with voices, y'all, but I just like doing Mel's voice because it's funny to me. Anyway, Keke said that's not how she really is. She was really acting out of character. But I said, Keke, we done got this speech from Keke how many times? That is how you are, Keke. That's you. Okay? It's okay. That's you, Keke. It's you. So anyway, she said she want to apologize for the father comment. That was not a dig. I call BS. It definitely was a dig. How else do you want us to take it? She said she could have explained it better. There was no other ways to explain it. It was a dig. It was a dig. It was a dig. Okay? So anyway, Keke said, when she get angry, she get out of pocket. And Mel was like, okay, what are you going to do in the future to control that anger so you're not coming across aggressive and everything when you're speaking? And so Keke said, what she's going to do is try to listen more. She's going to stop. She's going to breathe. She's going to take a beat. And so she said, I will warn you, Tiffany, when I get mad, I say mean stuff. I spill all kind of hate, negativity. So when it get recycled, just letting you know. Man's like, that's good. Let her know ahead of time. That's right. That's good. That's good. Mm-hmm. And so basically what Keke was saying is when they do the replays and the playbacks, when you get down to the reunion, don't be mad because I didn't talk bad about you and your mama and your daddy that you don't know. Anyway, so Tiffany said, at the tea party event, I feel like you weren't listening. At spa party, I feel like you weren't listening, but sitting here right here with you, I feel like you are listening, and that's okay. So Mel's like, okay, so you guys are good. You guys resolved it. You guys are good. They're like, yeah, we good. We can move on. We can resolve it. Okay. And then Mel, I guess, is looking at Tiffany some type of way. She's like, why are you looking at me like that? And so then Mel was like what? I'm just really happy. And so Tiffany gonna say her confession was like, a woman, Mel is glowing, and a woman is only glowing for two reasons. Either she's pregnant or she got a man. So Mel must got a new man, and if Sheree got a new woman, she got a new man. Well, hopefully they can still keep the family together. Girl, what is it to you, Tiffany? So anyway, the girls agreed to move on. Let bygones be bygone. Okay, moving on. So then we get down to, I guess it was a dinner or something that Tisha invited Kimmie and Stormi to have to talk about the tea party. Okay. So Tisha and Kimmie's like, girl, Stormi, like, we thought you left the friend group because you said you was like, F this stuff, I'm not coming back. And she was like, yeah, I didn't like that tea party stuff. She's like, I ain't with all that etiquette stuff with to be a lady. I know I was a lady when I came out my mama womb. I don't do all that little bougie stuff. I don't do all that. And I said, Stormi. Stormi. That's why you needed the class, girl. That's why you needed the class. But anyway, no, Stormi, I'm not going to do Stormi. Anyway, I like Stormi, y'all. Okay, Kimmie says she loved etiquette things. She's into all the etiquette stuff. I do too, and I like that kind of stuff as well. Tisha was like, well, did you like the spa party? She was like, yes, the spa party, that was my thing. I could relax and all that, okay? And so they were talking about, Kimmie said, like, she feels like the etiquette thing went well, but it just, the execution got poor. Just, it went left. And so then Tisha brings up the whole thing with Keke and Tiffany. And she's like, yeah, Keke ended up texting me that night and shows me that Tiffany had texted her like a year ago, a screenshot of a tweet. Somebody, one of y'all on the Twitter, it wasn't my tweet, but one of y'all on the Twitter had said something about like, oh, Carlos, Keke, she about to air everything out, or, let everything out. So I guess Tiffany screenshot it and sent it to Keke a year ago and said, kudos to you, girl. And so then they were like, what? That don't make sense. And then she was like, yeah, because Tiffany was adamant. I think Kimmie said that. Tiffany was adamant that that she didn't know who Keke was. She didn't know her like that. But then you over here texting her. I said, yeah, make it make sense, Tiffany. Make it make sense. And it's like, okay, Tiffany was so mad. So they're like, yeah, Tiffany was so mad that Keke wasn't defending you, Tisha, and the whole cousin thing, saying that she was so upset about Keke's behavior towards her cousin, but you over here applauding Keke tearing down the family. So which one is it? And so it's not making sense to me, but it sounded like some Tiffany bull as well. Okay, so anyway, they're like, yeah, that ain't making sense. That's kind of crazy. Nah, that's crazy. So, you know, Kim, I don't know if this was the part where Kimmie and her confession was like, yeah, Tiffany be messy, girl. So anyway, Stormi also was like, yeah, I'm about to see if, you know, messy Tiffany really is. I think when they got down to the party. So anyway, Tiffany, I think it was Stormi brings up, you know, she's like, yeah, I had a conversation with Tiffany and she was, you know, talking about your marriage. She's like, yes, you got kicked out your office, right? And she's like, yeah, girl, I got displaced. And so she was like, yeah, Tiffany was talking about it. And I told her, well, she owned the company. And so they showed a clip, like an every before scene clip, I guess, where Stormi and Tiffany was talking about Tisha being put out her office. Now, why did this even come up between y'all is what I want to know. What did you say, Stormi? But anywho, not that Stormi is some big friend of Tisha's. I'm surprised to see Tisha, Kimmie, and Stormi at the table together anyway. Was y'all surprised to see that? Let me know in the comments. So, anyway, Stormi was like, yeah, showing, you know, well, they showed the clip. Let me talk about the clip. So Tiffany was like, well, you know, I think that's just for the paperwork. Like, basically, they're going to say the woman owned the company, but she ain't really doing nothing. Because, you know how Martell is. I can really see him doing that type of thing. So that's what Stormi basically tells Tisha went on. And so Tisha was like, what? Like, why is she coming from my marriage? She was like, yeah, he controls, or you don't have no control over him, and he be trying to control you. And she's like, girl, what? Like, we don't control each other. We are not like that. She was like, Marcel don't even know where I am right now. And I said, now, Tisha, okay, girl, sure. He don't know where you at, sure. You know, maybe not. Maybe not. If she didn't know he was going to Africa by himself, maybe he don't know where she at right now. Whatever worked for Tisha and Marcel, worked for Tisha and Marcel, okay? So anyway, she was like, why does she have a problem with me? She's like, yeah, I'm going to have to confront her. That's when Kimmie and her friend was like, you know, Tiffany might think Tisha is quiet, but she finna be in rude awakening. And so, you know, Tisha's like, I'm going to confront Tiffany because she going to have to answer for all the stuff that she is saying because it's not adding up. And so now it's more looking like Tiffany the bad guy more than Keke is the bad guy. But we're going to see who really is the bad guy, right? So all of them is a mess. So then we get down to the Upscale launch party. Okay, was it just me or everybody was wearing different type of attire? Like some people was giving dress to the nines. Tisha looked good. Kimmie looked good too. Tisha's dress was everything to me. And her hair, her look, everything. Keke, I don't know what she was wearing, but they said it was red. It looked pink on the camera, maybe because of the lighting. I don't know. But then Stormi had on pants. Like, it just was everybody's dress. Like, some people was more upscale, some people was downscale, some people was giving business casual, some people was giving, I'll go down and sit at the bar at BJ's. Like, the outfits weren't giving everything they needed to give for this upscale lunch party. Marcel's up there, he was a nice white suit. Like, did they not have, you know, when they did the invitations, was there no dress code? Was supposed to be formal attire or nah? What was going on? So anyway, they get down to the party. Okay, so Tiffany and Stormi and Keke sit down, right? Keke come over her dress. So Stormi is like, oh, you know, how you guys doing? And so she was like, you know, how have it been since the etiquette party? You know, how are you guys now? So Keke was like, you know, we went to lunch at Mel's and we talked about everything. Everything is good. And she's like, oh, okay, so y'all good now? That's good to hear. And so she was like, wow, like Stormi brings up the whole text message thing. And so it was kind of out the blue the way she brought it up too. And so then Keke was like, well, I was trying not to go there. So then Keke was like, you sent me a text last year. Tiffany was like, what text? She's like, yes, you did. You sent me a text last year where you was like, kudos to you, Keke, for saying, you know, letting it all, you about to air out the whole Scott family. You about to air out Tisha and Marcel. And so then they showed the screenshot of a message you was, you know, supporting one of the tweets. Because one of y'all was tweeting something being messy, okay? So anyway, Tiffany was like, girl, what? And so then they pulled out the tweet, they showed it. And so Tiffany was like, I'm supporting another black woman. I was just supporting her. I was saying, you know, good for you, because they said Carlos keep her on the show. So I was congratulating her for, you know, them saying that. And Stormi's like, oh, okay, so you were supporting the first part of the message, but not the second part of the message that said Keke finna air everything out on them. So you was only supporting the first part of the message. Because Stormi's like, big girl, almost cursed. Ooh, almost cursed. Girl, you sound dumb. Because she did. Okay, Tiffany. You too pregnant to be this messy. Tiffany, I said it on Twitter. I'm going to say it right here for y'all. Tiffany too big and pregnant to be being this messy right now. Girl, I know you got to buy that baby diapers. You got to buy them onesies because your kids is damn near grown and you want to start all over and have this baby with Lewis for whatever reason. I don't know. Maybe she just wanted to have a baby to bring them together. I don't know. But girl, you done way too much. You supposed to clock in after you drop the baby, not while the baby in your stomach, because people ain't gonna care about that baby. They really not. And you can't be stressing yourself out. Girl. So anyway, Tiffany trying to explain that, you know, all she did was she didn't even see the whole post or nothing. And Keke's like, girl, this is the whole post. This is the whole post right here. Like, girl, what you talking about? And so she was like, well, all I was doing was saying congratulations, kudos. I'm just supporting black women. Like, I don't get what the issue is. I don't even know. And so they're like, girl, what? And so then Stormi's like, we ain't getting nowhere. So she's like, let me go get Tisha, because at the end of the day, this is all about Tisha. Let me go get Tisha. So Stormi goes and get Tisha, right? Tisha was like, well, really, like, it's not really a problem with me. It's a problem that they have with each other. So I don't know. And so Tisha's like, my issue with you directly, Tiffany, is that you're saying, you know, you're telling Stormi that, you know, I don't control my husband, and talking about me getting put out of my office, and I don't really own my business and all this stuff. Like, what problems do you have with me? And so then the girls was all kind of getting into it, talking over each other. And, you know, I don't even know what they were saying. Okay. And so Keke was like, yeah, because the thing is, you don't get it. Like, me and her are cousins, and you over there supporting that message, and you talking about her like, I'm going to stand up for my cousin. So now this moment, Keke did stand up for Tisha. In this moment, I'm going to give Keke that. She kind of made up a little bit for the last couple seasons. She did stand up for Tisha in this moment when it came to the whole Tiffany thing. So then Keke and Tiffany's going back for the Tiffany turn back to Tisha like, I don't have a problem with you. Like, girl, I don't know what you're talking about. And it's like, Tisha's like, girl, you know what? We not going to even talk about this right here. We going to talk about it in the time. She don't want to ruin Martell's event, right? So then Tiffany just wasn't understanding what she did wrong. She just wasn't getting it about the whole liking the message, and then to Keke, and she's saying, you say you didn't know me, but you are messaging me. And she's like, okay, I guess that means I know of you. Like, what do you think? And so then Keke was like, you need to take a lesson, because you don't understand me and her cousins. And so Tiffany's like, like, I don't need no lessons from you. I don't need no lessons from you or nothing, please. And so then Keke and Tiffany keep going back and forth. Next thing I know, Keke calling her girl a dodo bird or a cuckoo bird or something. Everybody's like, oh, no, Keke, no. Now, I didn't understand why they was mad at Keke, because this girl is sitting up here acting like she dumb. See, Tiffany the type to do some stuff and then hide her hand back like she don't know what you talking about and playing dumb. So, I didn't, like, did she not earn insult? I don't know. I'm not saying let's, insult each other, y'all. I'm just saying, what was so bad about what Keke said when this girl up here playing dodo bird? What was wrong? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, Tisha exited Keke out of there because she could tell, Keke was getting riled up. Keke was going to have to apologize again for her behavior that she consistently do. So Keke got her out of there. Kimmie or somebody was like, what y'all doing? She's like, I got to calm Keke down. They was like, again? Like, yeah, girl, I got to calm Keke down. Okay, then Sheree and Martell arrived. Again, Sheree to me wasn't even looking up to what Martell was wearing. Like, girl, where was your gown? What was you wearing? She came through with a leather jacket on. Like, girl. Anyway, so she said, Sheree's making her round. She's saying hi to everybody. Maurice and Kimmie and her confession talking about, where's Mel? Kimmie's like, Mel ain't gonna be here. Maurice is like, oh, Mel's gonna be here, but not this time. Like, Mel ain't bothered by Martell right now. So why would Mel be there? Like, I'm tired of that whole narrative. Anyway, so, Sheree is working the room. Martell's working the room. Everybody's like, yeah, this is kind of uncomfortable because, typically Martell and Mel will work a room together, but, Sheree and Martell are working a room separately. And Kimmie was like, yeah, it's kind of giving, like, business arrangement. It's not really giving love or couple or anything. They're so far apart. I said, Kimmie, it is a business arrangement. This is a business arrangement set up by Carlos King. Y'all see Real Housewives of Atlanta is over there getting their coins with Martell being on the show, and Love and Marriage Huntsville is getting their coins with Sheree being on the show. Now, is people really watching it? I don't know. I ain't looked at the viewer stats or nothing like that. However, we cross-pollinating these shows to get eyes on the screen. It is definitely a business arrangement set up by Carlos King, and you can't tell me otherwise. But I like it, Carlos King. I ain't mad at you. So anyway, Sheree's working the room. Nobody, it was just awkward. Sheree's walking around looking crazy. Kempire or somebody on Twitter said she was walking around looking like a lost puppy. She definitely was. So anyway, Martell made a speech thanking everybody for coming and all that. Looked like he got a different business manager. I was like, where Melnika at? So Melnika didn't want no smoke. So anyway, everyone's walking around and do whatever. Tiffany, got her eye on Sheree. She like, let me holler at Sheree. Tiffany said that, if Martell gonna be dating this new girl, and he gonna have Sheree around the kids, and she need to get to know her. She need to look out for her girl, Mel. This is when Tiffany really put in overtime, okay? So, Carlos people better give Tiffany her check, okay? Because she earned it. So, Tiffany and Sheree sit down, right? And Tiffany was like, oh, okay, so you come to Huntsville a lot? You come out here, girl? And she was like, yeah, more now I am. And so she was like, yeah, but I like Huntsville. Huntsville's cool. She's like, damn, I'm moving out here. Like, I don't know yet. I really, really like it. She's like, so have you met Mel before? And she's like, no, I never met her. She said, well, I did have a book signing one time in Birmingham. And Mel came and Lil Martell was there. And I took a picture with them. But that's the only time I've really met her. I've never officially met her. She's like, you haven't met her? She's like, oh, girl, you got to give me a heart attack. She's like, girl, why? And she's like, because, like, wouldn't you want to meet someone, if they're going to be around your kids? Like, wouldn't you want to meet somebody? And then she was like, I've been around the kids, but, when Martell has the kids, but Mel's not there. And she's like, when that's supposed to happen, it will happen. Like, that ain't a problem. Ain't nothing. She's like, no, we need to fix that. You and Mel need to meet up, girl. We need to fix that. She's like, girl, ain't nothing broke to be fixed. We don't need to fix nothing. And so Sheree's like, girl. And so then Tiffany goes on and she was like, so, do you think that Martell is still in love with Mel? And so Sheree's like, girl. So then, what? Like, what? And so then she was like, no, I don't think so, no. But about the conversation we have, no, I don't think that. And she's like, I'm just saying because, last event we had, for Kimmie celebrating her recovery, and everybody was there, and everybody could see it. Martell, he was all on Mel. Like, he kept being like, Mel, you good? He's trying to walk her out. He's all over her, like, not letting up on her. So, I don't know. And so Sheree was like, well, that's the mother of his kids. Of course he's going to do that. He's going to be concerned for her. They built a life, a family together. Like, of course he's going to be concerned for her, want to walk her out and all that. I say kudos to Sheree because she was handling every question Tiffany gave to her. But of course, I wouldn't expect anything different. Sheree's a veteran in this game. Okay, she started out with Nene Leakes Real Housewives of Atlanta season 1. So, of course, Sheree ain't got no problem going back and forth with Tiffany. That's chump change to her. That ain't nothing to her. Anyway, Tiffany was not going to be able to get Sheree riled up in that moment. No. And as Tiffany was trying to have a moment, and Sheree didn't give her one, and I love it. Okay? So anyway, Tiffany continues her line of questioning, y'all. So she was saying, in her confessional, Tiffany was saying, everybody, the fans, the millimeters, the raindrops, she brought your people into it, Carlos. Everybody could see, everybody could see that Martell's still in love with Mel. Then they go, messy old production gonna play the clip from the reunion when Carlos was crying and had Martell crying, saying, I think you still want your family back. You still love Mel and you won't admit it and all this stuff. And Martell was like, I do regret what I did. I do regret it. And so they're going to play that old messy clip, okay, to, you know, substantiate whatever the hell Tiffany talking about. And so then she was like, you know, everyone can see it, you know, don't deny it. Like, she had like Sheree just denying it, okay? Sheree ain't got nothing to do with that. And so then she was like, you know, well, you know, how do you feel like dating someone like Martell? You know, he has a reputation, you know, he has this reputation for being a cheater. So, you know, how does that make you feel dating somebody like that? She was like, you know, with Martell, he's shown me nothing but love, kindness, respect. He's not showing me that side of him, so I can only judge by what he's giving me now. So then she said, so like, you know, what do you think? Like, you know, you think you putting it together so good that he gonna stay with you? He ain't gonna do the same to you? You know, what did you think? And she was like, what? Like, it ain't all about sex? Like, girl, no. And so that was like, they cut it there. It was kind of chopped weirdly, in my opinion. So then the next morning, we get down to Martell's house, right? And Sheree comes over. And I'm thinking, wouldn't Sheree be spending the night if she coming to Huntsville just for Martell? Now, unless she had other business, or she's the type of woman that said, you know, I want to have my own hotel room, or if the kids were there, maybe they didn't want her to spend the night. I don't know. That kind of threw me like, why is she coming to the house when she should already be at the house? She should be in the kitchen making breakfast at this point. I don't know. So anyway, she come in. They talk about something about breakfast. Anyway, they sat down and she saying she tired. You know, the event were really good. She tired. He's glad she came. So then she gets into the conversation with Tiffany and she's like saying like, you know, well, you know, with you being here and the whole co-parenting thing with the kids and me and you dating and blending the families, like, what are you thinking about that? What are your ideas about that? And he said, you know, with this thing of me and Mel got going on, I don't want to say it's hard, but, you know, he need to get things straightened out with Mel first before he can even think about blending families with Sheree. Now, Sheree's kids is girls, so really ain't no blending. So I don't even understand this question. We wasting time at this point, in my opinion. So then she's like, yeah, you know, I sat down, you know, I've met everybody, but I've met Tiffany yet. And so she said, you know, Tiffany had a one-on-one with me. And so she was going through the whole conversation. And Martell is like, what? And she was like, yeah, she asked, were you still have feelings for Mel, in love with Mel? And he's like, what? Like, why would she say that? And she explains, well, she said you was pushing all up on her, trying to walk her to the car, do all this stuff. And he was like, first of all, like, I'm a gentleman first. Like, I'm going to walk her to the car. No one else is offering. I'm going to walk her to the car. Like, yeah, we've built a life together. We've done all this, but no, I'm not in love with her still. No, I ain't in love with her still. And there's a point where you could tell he was lying. And I think Sheree could tell he was lying. But again, this is a business arrangement. Like, if y'all take this relationship seriously, like, come on. And that's why it's frustrating when you watch Real Housewives of Atlanta and Kenya doing all that extra. Because, girl, their relationship ain't that serious. But anyway, we talking about Love, Marriage Huntsville right now. So, then Sheree is going on about more of the conversation and what was said. And she was like, well, these is your friends, right? They like you, right? Like, what's going on? And so she was like, yeah, she said, what about you, you know, being with somebody that's a known cheater? And he was like, what? Like, huh? And then Sheree was like, I said, well, I watched the show and I know that you cheated before as well. And so they had played the clip, y'all. Oh, production was working tonight, too. They deserve their overtime check as well, because production played the clip of Tiffany telling, was it Mel or somebody, that her and Lewis was divorced, you know, both separated from their husband, and, you know, she cheated and all this stuff. I was like, oh, no. So anyway, Martell was like, oh, you actually said it? He's like, I was thinking it, but you said it. And so she was like, yeah, I said it. And so, she was like, yeah, did she want to go on to say something about, you know, is the sex that good? You think he gonna stay? And he was like, what? Like, why is that even a thing? And Sheree's like, it's not just about the sex. Like, you know, and he's like, no, it's not just about sex. And so, something Sheree had asked him about, and then he was like, something about Martell, everybody wants to make things about me and Mel, and it's not about Mel particularly. And then Sheree was like, wait, what you mean? So then he was like, no, I mean, like, it's not about Mel. Like, it's not always, you know, about me and Mel. And so, you know, he tried to clear it up, but girl, he lying. He still loves his Mel. But sure ain't know that. So anyway, Sheree's like, yeah, I just can't believe like she was doing all that. And so Martell was like, yeah, that's crazy to me. Like, Tiffany was totally out of line. Like, she need to mind her business. Like, I'm gonna have a talk with her. That don't even make sense. He's like, me and Tiffany ain't even friends like that. That don't even make sense. Now he is more Big Lou's friend than Tiffany's friend, so I had to give him that. But he's hung out with just Tiffany and Lou before as well. We've seen. But anyway, in his confessional, however, this was the part that I really was like, So, because man, Martell, if you shoot him, he's shooting you back. So Martell said in the confessional, like, he gonna have a talk with Tiffany because he can't believe she said stuff about him cheating when she's cheated before. And he was like, maybe she cheating on Lou right now. I don't know, but I'm gonna have to talk, I'm gonna have to have a talk with her about all this. Like, why is she doing this? This is none of her business, and it's not. Now, y'all remember how Tisha said that, I don't know if I mentioned in this review, but Tisha in the earlier part of the episode said that, Tiffany don't need to be saying nothing about on her marriage because there's a bunch of rumors swarming around about her marriage and that she wouldn't like to get out and she don't need to be throwing stones in a glass house, right? So I was like, and me and I forgot the person on Twitter, we both was like, what is the rumors about Tiffany? Now, Martell at the end of the episode says, I don't know if she cheating on Lewis right now or what. I bet y'all that's the rumor. I bet y'all that's the rumor because Martell is the type that if you shoot him, he's shooting you back, okay? And you go low, he going lower. He ain't going to go above it like Michelle Obama, right? So I bet you that was his way of letting the rumor out there. Oh, I can bet y'all money on that. That is definitely cheating allegations. Maybe it could be the other way around, that Lou was cheating on Tiffany. I don't know, but I bet y'all. I can bet y'all money. It's definitely cheating allegations. Anyway, y'all, that was where the episode ended. I thought this one was kind of entertaining. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about the episode. Young African and Famous is back. Or what is that show called? Young, Famous, and African. Whatever the show's called. It's back. I'm going to think about reviewing it. So far, season 2 looks overproduced. I don't know. We also got the new TV One show, the dating show. I think I do want to review that. And I know I owe y'all a College Hill video. So y'all look forward to more videos to come. Like I said, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.